All right, guys, welcome back to the optics counter here at Reed Sporting Goods. I've got Jeff Anderson from HG Marketing and directly from Leupold, Mr. Jay Montrose, helping us out today at the counter. I want to run through some of Leupold's scope products. I know I get a lot of questions at the counter. Hopefully, we'll try and clear a few of those up. We'll have some specials going on probably through the month of May, so we'll hit on those. I know one thing that we've enjoyed in the lineup recently, Jeff, from the fine folks at Leupold, is the Freedom series. The things that have been done to this line is fantastic. It has simplified it. I could probably start on one end of the Freedom series. To start with, I guess one thing I get a lot is, hey, Aaron, why is this better than my VX2? Why is it priced like a VX1? How is it better? Jay, you want to hit on some of that? I know Leupold did a lot of work on these to make them better than the original 2 series at a better price point.
Yeah, absolutely. We started out with some new coatings, in our Twilight family of coatings. And when we decided that we were going to launch the Freedom, I think it was probably 3 or 4 years ago, we kind of launched that Twilight family. And that coating is really, really good in all different aspects of being able to manage, light transmission and the incoming light rays. So when we brought that out on the Freedom line, not only did it make it significantly better than the 1s and 2s, but as you saw with the change we had this year with discontinuing the VXR, it actually was better optically than the VXR glass was too. So there's a couple things that happened, right? So we have that new technology there, but also, with manufacturing in mind, if you can manufacture common parts, and have it all set up with one big run of our machines, we can essentially cut some costs, which helps for the consumer, right? That's how it translates to the consumer. So they can get a better scope, so better value for less money than what the old ones used to be. So that's how we were able to keep that $199 price point. And then I know you haven't touched into it yet, but when you get into the illuminated models, that's where you see, $100 saving from what the VXR used to be, but being essentially a better optic.
Yep, right. And you can, to me, I can see it at the counter. So if you guys want to come down, we get these doors open Friday, May 1. There's the good news, boys. I'd love to show you the difference between your old number 2 and the new Freedom series, or even a number 1 if you still have a good old VX1. I like some of the specialty stuff you guys did, so I'm going to jump right into that. For all the shooters out there, Leupold kind of broke off in this Freedom group after the initial standard 2 to 7, 3 to 9, 4 to 12, 1.5 to 4. They added some specialty ones, and I absolutely love them. There's a 1.5 to 4 and a 3 to 9 for sure, set up for an AR series, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
2.3 specifically. I believe it's the dials that are set up 2.2.3, or is there a reticle offered for 2.2.3?
It is the dials.
Yep.
Yeah, 50, yep, 55 grain. So
set up, it's already ready to rumble for the 55 grain big custom CDS dials. We did very well with that. They also snuck out with the popularity of longer shooting in the 6.5 Creedmoor. They specifically did, and it's here somewhere, they specifically did a reticle in the 4 to 12 for the 6.5 Creedmoor shooters. Fantastic idea, very simple. Ballistically ready to rumble for under $300. Phenomenal value. Great job to the guys down at Leupold on that one. Jay touched on a little bit the VXRs and the replacement series. I made sure I had a Twilight Hunter here ready to show. This thing is really exciting. And a full $100 less than the VXR, 50 millimeter objective, all the features it had, and the new coatings on the lenses. This thing is amazing, Jay. Thank you for this product.
Yeah, that Twilight Hunter reticle has become very popular. It's only in one SKU right now, that one you have, that 3 to 9 by 50. But what essentially that is, you want the customers to come look at it themselves, but it's like an illuminated German number 4 reticle. So the stadia lines are thin. So in low light condition, that reticle almost disappears and you just have your floating red dot. So for late night, or late in the shooting light, I should say legal shooting lights, right?
Yeah,
it's a really good reticle, yeah.
Well, up north here, the black bear hunters, when they get a look at this, I mean, you're shooting a very dark object very early or very late in the evening. Against a black background, this thing is really going to stand out. So I hope I can get a couple bear hunters in here this spring just to take a look at this and start planning for their season, state willing, with the tag. Minnesota's a little tight with bear tags, but there's always time to upgrade your optics, and bear hunting would be a great one for this among a pile of other usable situations that could be played ball in. Another one, and with the straight wall cartridge laws changing in a lot of states, a lot of my good friends and customers in Iowa and Ohio, we have a pile of them, have been calling off the hook to get the 4570s and the 450 Bushmasters in the last 2 years with the law changes. Leupold immediately saw that, adapted to it, and came out with another phenomenal product in the Freedom lineup. And that is one set up and ready to rumble, Jay, right?
Yep. Yeah. So obviously it started with the 450 Bushmaster. You know, I actually reside in Michigan, so that was kind of the birthplace of it.
Sure.
Where it took off. And then obviously with Winchester coming out with 350 Legend, you know, we jumped on that as well to make sure that there was an offering for a simple dial scenario, you know, so it's already pre-engraved for the 100, 200, 300 yards, and you can just turn the dial and shoot. So very simple.
We love simple. I do have both of those in stock for all those straight wall shooters out there. Give me a call down here at the shop. We will get you one in the mail, or stop on in after Friday, May 1. We're going to have the doors open for you guys to come in and play with these. The last few seasons, there's been a massive insurgence of muzzleloader hunting. Minnesota changed the law so we can actually run scopes now. Thank God. Leupold's Ultimate Slam was good when it started, and now it's even better. It's back in the Freedom lineup. There are some markings on the dial I get a lot of questions on. Jay, if you want to highlight some of that.
Yes, essentially says, as you know, with a scope, when you adjust the magnification, obviously on a rear focal plane scope like that, the reticle doesn't adjust like you would on a front focal plane. So you have to be able to adjust the magnification to sub 10 the reticle, right? So the markings on that is for, you know, muzzleloader or shotgun use. You'll just notice that there's a little shotgun shell for shotgun use, and therefore you know that your holdovers are essentially sub-tended for what you're shooting. You know?
Takes a pile of guesswork out of it. There's 2 muzzleloader settings on the scope as well. Being able to use a scope with today's powder and bullets, 200 yards is a non-issue. With a bunch of work, even farther is a non-issue. Leupold simplified it even further. Pellets being a mainstay for a lot of my muzzleloaders now for ease of loading. There is a setting for a 2-pellet shooter and a 3-pellet shooter on here. And I have had these in the field at the range, and it's amazing how simple you guys made it for everybody. This is a fantastic product.
Yeah, it works.
If you guys are ready to upgrade muzzleloader scopes, give me a shout. Come on down. I'll show you how the subtensions on this reticle work and show you how easy it is to use. Pretty excited about that. Jay, what did I miss in the Freedom lineup that we should talk about? I feel like we went really quick there.
Yeah, we did. You touched base on the Mark AR replacement in the beginning, but I just want to touch base on it. You know, we had the Mark AR lineup for quite some time. Again, launched that in the Freedom lineup this year. Has some illumination options and some that are non-1-inch options as far as, you know, entry-level type pricing, but we also have 30 millimeter offerings. And we have a new reticle out. There's 2 different versions for mill and MOA. It's called the mill ring or the MOA ring. And essentially it's kind of that CQB type reticle. It's got a circle in the middle. It's got the illuminated dot. It's got triangles on the horizontal line for holdovers for moving targets. You know, all for under, you know, a $400 type price point. So the Freedom AR lineup, if you said already that it had the 55 grain dial on it, is a really good, with all the MSRs are being sold during this time. It's a perfect option for somebody that's wanting to outfit their recently purchased MSR or AR rifle. So
yeah,
cool.
I know I've got the old version of that in the VXR in a 1.5 to 4 from years back with a similar reticle. It's not quite as nice as the new ones, but mine is amazing, and the Freedom has better glass than the one that I have. So I look forward to some time behind some of the new one for sure. Well, if you think we beat up the Freedom line, let's slide into the VX3. It's been a staple with Leupold for years, and Leupold came up with a couple of great add-ons and additions this year to the VX3i line. The one that stands out for me and the one I'm most excited about is taking the CDS and adding a zero lock on the 1-inch hunting scope. A lot of my shooters are leery of bumping the dial and won't have anything to do with it. This completely eliminates that problem. Jay, am I correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we 5 and 6, you know, has always had that zero lock feature. You know, it took a little bit of time to design that VX3 that's been around for a long time as a staple to be able to come up with a dial of that size and compact. It wasn't too big and gaudy, so we finally were able to do it. And hats off to the product team for developing it. And it actually, you know, didn't cost the consumer anymore as far as retail value. So it's definitely an upgraded feature without, you know, dent in the pocketbook. It's a feature that's almost a must need. You know, if you're, like you said, it does happen. You know, a CDS dial will get bumped, you know, pulling out of a scabbard or a case or whatever. So yeah, this takes all that away. Takes all that away. It's an awesome feature.
Yeah. I know saddle scabbards are notorious windage and elevation bumpers if you're not paying attention. One takes all the guesswork out. Am I there? Am I not? Locks up tight. You don't have to worry about it. Quick glance. Probably one of the easiest ones to set that I've ever seen as far as getting that zero lock to lock on your zero. It's a 2-screw program. You guys come on down. I'll be happy to show you how that works and possibly some future videos how it comes on and off. I'm sure there's some out there, but we'll probably shoot another one. But again, thanks to Leupold for that. That's a game changer for my hunting size scopes in this price point. Nobody's going to beat that. I still have a full array of sizes, guys, in VX3Is. Probably going to have to beg the guys down at Leupold for some more. They're going a little fast, but we'll work on that. I'll send Jay some beverages or a card or something, and maybe we'll get a few more.
There you go.
We'll slide right into the 5 series. I've got some shooting experience with the 5, and it's all been fantastic. Light transmission, field of view, repeatability on the dials. I've put these on some guns that hit so freaking hard that no scope should hold up, and these things held up way under $2,000. Hit a few of the high points. I could go on and on, but let's listen to Jay. I'll hit a few high points on the 5s if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I go on to the 5s, though, I definitely want to call out, you know, you said the rugged and durability of the 5. You know, our Freedom lineup also goes through all that testing. The VX3i family goes through all that testing. You know, that's what we want to make sure that we're producing rifle scopes, you know, American-made rifle scopes that are going to last, you know, a lifetime and even future generations, things like that. But the VX5, it's funny that thing has become the #1 seller we have because, again, value is king to people, right? And optically, I would put that thing up against anything on the market, and being at $1,000, say $1,500 price point, I don't think you can beat it. The zero locking dial, you know, is obviously a must-have. The HD glass is tremendous, and the offerings we have in that family is perfect. You know, there's some low magnification ranges for guys that are going to go on a big game hunt in Africa. There's your 2 to 10 that is any Midwestern white-tailor's dream. You know, that's all you need for a magnification, really. And then obviously into the big boys, a 3 to 15 and a 4 to 20. We expanded it even a little bit more this year with catering to the need of some mill guys, you know, so having a mill reticle, like a TMR reticle in that, and mill adjustments. And then the one you're holding there is new to the family, which would be the 4 to 20 magnification range, and that new ZL3 dial that you're holding there. So
the ZL3 dial is this is amazing. I don't want to interrupt. I keep getting the question, but run through that. How simple that is to use. This is a phenomenal idea again from Leupold.
Yeah, so it's not new technology having a revolution counter, but the way we designed that dial with the window, I think, is perfect. So as you unlock the dial, you press the button and it unlocks. You start your revolution. Once you go around one time, it's going to show 20 to show that you're at 20 MOA. And as you continue to rotate, it's 3 turns. You're going to go to 40, you know, and then to 60. So it's and again, it's not very tall. It's not as tall as usually the target adjustment. So it's not as bulky, but that's my favorite adjustment that we make.
Weight, length, and bulk-wise, I would have this on any elk rifle I own.
Absolutely.
And still have all those features of a scope that would typically be too big and too bulbous to put on a hunting scope by most standards.
Yep.
So this was very exciting. I'm glad you guys have that out. 34 millimeter main tube. Lots and lots and lots of minutes to play with on that one.
Yep.
Another question we get a lot, and I don't feel like we missed anything in the 5 series, but we'll try and get the answer to the question. Why am I paying more for the 6? Why is the 6 better than the 5? I have that question at the counter a lot. I can't answer better than, but I can give some features. Jay, what features would you want to point out going from a 5 to a 6 as a consumer at the counter?
So we consider the 6 HD, you know, maybe your Cadillac, right? Comes standard with all the bells and whistles. So optically between the 5 and 6, you know, in a really low light situation, there are some differences, but for the most part, when I typically sell it, it's optically they're about the same. But when you look at what you're getting, you know, with the price point, you get your flip backs. You're getting not only your zero lock windage adjustment, your elevation adjustment, but you're also getting a windage lockable windage adjustment. It has the anti-cant leveling feature in it. So they're all illuminated also. But what that is that illumination will blink at you if it is not level. 2 purposes for that really. One would be mounting the scope, you know, so when you have it on a bench and you level the rifle, you know that you're mounting the optic, it can be leveled with the rifle. And then also for, you know, long distance shooting, you know, you certainly need to make sure in most scenarios for really long, precise shooting to have it level, the rifle level. So that's a really good feature. And again, I think I said it with the flip back. So you're going to get all of that when you get your DX6 HD right out of the box.
Got it. So all illuminated,
Yep.
Lockable windage. If your scope isn't already capped and you're not watching this one on a non-lockable version, there's another opportunity to have a failure coming out specifically out of a horse scabbard. Well, great option there. And the magnification throw lever, guys, when it's cold out and your fingers are froze up and you're in gloves, this is one of the handiest features you're going to find. The other thing that every Leupold owner at this point should have are the aluminum flip-up caps. I have these on every scope that will accept them at home. You're no longer fighting with plastic equipment that you replace every 2 or 3 years when they stretch out. They're tough as nails. The front one runs on magnets. They run flush with the scope when you're in hunt mode, so you don't hook them on anything. We are going to run some specials on these caps for the next 30 days, guys, but you have to call the store or come to the store to get that special. And I am limited on sizes as, well, the whole world wants these, so it's hard to keep these in stock, probably at Leupold as much here. There is the 6s in a nutshell. Another one that Jeff showed me last year at Rice Creek, brought it with him, that was super exciting, especially probably for the PRS guys or just anybody that really gets after it. This Mark series, the big Mark series, is amazing. Mark 5 HD. I've got 2 sizes here at the store. The weight is amazing.
Yeah, that scope overall was, when the product team launched it to us, we were shocked at the weight. You know, when you look at it, it looks like a big scope. You know, it needs to be to perform up to its standards. You'll notice the 35 millimeter tube. You'll notice that the internal underneath the adjustments is kind of large and ball shaped, people call it. But, you know, this scope's got 120 MOA of travel, 35 mils. So it's got a lot of adjustment. The 3-turn, you know, it's got a 3-turn dial like we talked about with the 5. It's definitely a little bit different of a dial, but it's locking. And it's very crisp adjustments. So when you look at the use of a PRS competition, you know, a lot of guys are getting into PRS. Those guys are using it, and it's becoming very popular out in that scene. And then obviously, you know, our war fighters, our military, all relies on that optic too. We just won a couple of significant Army contracts with that optic, one in the 5 to 25 and the other 3.6 to 18. So you'll see it, and there's 3 different magnification ranges. The 2 I just mentioned, there's a 7 to 35 magnification range also for you know, long range shooting. It's got some really cool features. It does have the throw lever. It's got the Twilight Max HD lenses, coatings, and then you'll also, the other unique feature is you can actually adjust down, you know, 0.5 mil. So any of those situations with night vision or things like that where you need to be able to make variances, that optic can do it. So it's all around an unbelievable optic, and I think everybody's been a pretty big fan of it. It's becoming very, very popular.
And for good reason. Amazing product. I know in stock right this second. I've got the 525 and the 735 ready to go. So if any of you guys out there want a deal on that one, give me a shout on that one or stop down to the store. We can rip through it. They offer a pile of reticles, if I'm not mistaken. Both of these, I would encourage anyone to jump on Leupold's website. I would imagine we'd be here for about we need a campfire and some cold ones if we were going to talk about every reticle that was offered in this thing. So I promise you there's a reticle that will fit your need inside this. Leupold's done a wonderful job on that. What else do we want to touch in the scope line?
Jeff, is there anything you think of we missed?
Well, I think that's, well representative of all the freedom, I mean, what a great value for an American-made optic. Some of the same durability tests and warranties that go throughout the whole line. So yeah, good. It's a good, better, best. And the guys that want to start off with the freedom, it's a great value. VX3, a good value with a little better image quality, light transmission, and how to top it off with the VX5, that long range solution for the guy that wants to maybe shoot a little bit farther and have CDS options. So nope, I think it's a good lineup.
Yeah, I guess there's one thing, Jeff, I'll add with this CDS is we didn't mention it in the Freedom. We mentioned the 350 and the 450 and the ARs having pre-engraved dials. But we do offer a CDS option in the Freedom lineup, which is, CDS has become something that's almost an easy solution that everybody's starting to realize that it's almost a must-have. So now you can get it all the way from the Freedom family all the way up to the VX6 HD. So
I believe just recently some 4-12s, the base 4-12 of the CDS just hit the building.
Yep.
So by the time we get these doors open on Friday, all of you shooters can come in and we can run through that one as well. I'm excited to show people that one.
Yeah, man.
I'd encourage you guys to buy the Lumina scope covers. That's a good addition to the Freedoms, the VX3s. I may throw out another plug depending on when this airs, but this is a promotional part of the national promotion that'll start on May 4th. So from May 4th to May 31st, any VX3 or VX3 LRP will receive a free set. Value is $100. So call in for the specials. In this case, it's an online rebate. Make your purchase, go on, and Leupold will ship you the free lens covers right to your door. So
it's not just a free $100 bill in your pocket. Again, this is one of the most usable accessories that I have for Leupold scopes specifically. I got to tell you to have a set of these. And if Leupold's going to give you a set of free, what are you waiting for? We can't leave without talking about these. Just got a whole case of these. Got to see these at SHOT Show. I'm super excited about these this year. Several models available. Leupold is making glasses. I have never once in my career, 20 years here at Reed, seen Leupold come out with a gimmick. This is not the exception to the rule. These things are absolutely fantastic. Jay, give us the 1-2 punch on why we went into sunglasses and why I should have a pair.
Yeah, simple answer, really. I mean, when you've been, making and designing, manufacturing optics for 113 years, like we have, 80 engineers every day working on this kind of stuff. It makes sense to kind of branch into that everyday use of the Leupold brand. So, you get a hardcore hunter might use our product 60, maybe a little bit more days a year than that. So what better else than be able to, give them our technology that they can wear every single day, whether they're, just driving or camping or fishing and things like that, So we designed that ourselves. It was our design machine assembled in the US. It's our proprietary coatings and prescriptions. All of the lenses themselves are polycarbonate ballistic rated. So not only are they lifestyle, but they're usable on the range. Okay, so all of the lenses are ballistic rated, so you can use them and shoot every day at the range or whatever you're doing. There are almost all of them are polarized lenses. Okay, so there's a couple SKUs that we didn't make polarized for people that don't want that necessarily, but so you're talking about UV ray protection and things like that. There's 5 different frame styles. 3 of the 5 are ANSI rated, so you could wear them as a safety glass, you know, at work. That's of course because of the curvature to protect the peripherals of your eyes. The other 2 are more of a lifestyle brand, you know, or lifestyle shape. But yeah, it's been a huge success. People like the way the frames look, and then when you look through them, you should be able to tell that an optics company designed the lenses, because, you know, we have twilight in our scopes, you know, and that's so you can see better in lower light conditions. Well, obviously you want inverse of that for, you know, wearing sunglasses, right? So we have daylight max coatings on there. We put our hydrophobic coatings on there for weather resistance, to be able to keep the dirt and the smudges off of it. And diamond coatings on it, so you're going to notice that they're really strong from scratch resistance. So lifetime warranty, gold ring guarantee, just like our rifle scopes from factory defects and things like that. So we're not going to warrant the lenses, you know, if they're going to get scratched or something like that over a long period of time. But other than that, lifetime warranty, just like our rifle scope. So we're excited. It's been a really cool product launch, and I think the team did a really good job.
I don't doubt it. If Leupold put their hands in it, I know it's going to be quality. Taking a look at a few SKUs that we got in here, I can't wait to show these to my muskie fishing buddies.
Yeah.
They're going to buy them.
Yeah, we've you know, we've been working on this project for a couple of years actually, and it's been fun to watch it kind of progress. But we got it in the hands of a couple hardcore professional fishermen, mostly bass fishing guys. You know, one of the best sight fishermen in the world. His name's John Cox. We put him on him, and he says, "Man, I literally can fish better with these on." So, yeah, it's working so far. So we'll see. It's just starting to launch. We're just getting product out into the channel and selling a few here and there. So
Perfect. Well, I've got them. Well, if everybody comes stop down, I'm going to have some back here at the Leupold counter, as well as up front with the guys actually in the sunglass zone. So come on in, try a pair of these on, and see what you think. I'm excited about these.